will call this meeting to order with the Pledge of Allegiance. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Amber, do we have any correspondence?
No correspondence.
So is it no?
That's
That's a no.
Yeah, that's no. Okay. All right, as our new procedure, we open the meeting up to the public for anyone who wishes to speak on any of the resolutions, any resolutions that aren't subject to public hearing. So I think Christina, and I saw a hand up before, come on up.
This is probably going to
You
be,
just state your name.
oh, Bill Mastro, I'm sorry.
Feel who you are.
I know, that's right, the world doesn't necessarily get that. This may be the most naive thing I have ever said in public, very seriously, but I want to speak somewhat briefly to the special election resolution. I'm going to ask you to postpone consideration of it, to postpone and table it to another date, and ask you to go back and request additional people, maybe the same people even, to reapply. One of the things that I found nice, I said at other things, is there's a congeniality. There is a potential of divisiveness in this that I hope doesn't happen. I really hope doesn't happen. And I have a suggestion in it, which is, as I understand it, and I could be wrong, the main reason you're looking for another board person is because there's 4 of you and there's work for 5. And you want more, you want somebody to help out with the work. And Meg has to sleep sometimes. And there is, with all of this, some back and forth. There are certain things that are that could be divisive. But the applications went in during the holiday season and right after. So maybe there are some other people who may be considered more independent. But then here comes the naive part. I would think that as part of your evaluation, if you did this, that there would be something that you would consider, that the person that might be right would say, I will not run for this seat in November. And from now until the time I leave, I will participate, I will do everything, but I will not vote if there is ever a situation where there is a 2-2 vote. So that the politics of it is removed. I know that if you want to crown me Mr. Naive today, do it. But I think work could get done. And that you guys are all good guys. You're all people who care a lot. And I would hope that maybe there is a way so that it doesn't get like that. That's all.
Thanks, Bill.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else who wants to speak who's here? I see Mike Gaynor has his hand up.
Hi there, Mike Gaynor, 8 Cobbetts Lane. I just had a procedural question. I had read in the paper today that that if there is a special election, it would be held in June. Is that correct?
No, we don't.
Sorry.
We don't know what the timetable would be, because first we'd have to get it up to the governor's office. She would have to approve having a special election. Then it would go to the Board of Elections, who would then give us what the schedule is. And I don't know what the timetable is. No one's been able to give us that.
Okay, and so if you did have the special election, whenever it is, when would the person take office?
I would presume,
Immediately
Yeah.
upon certification of the election.
yeah, I was going to say, as soon as the election results are certified.
Okay, so within a matter of weeks or something like that.
Even sooner.
Depends on how close the vote would be.
And how long would that person serve? They would finish out your term. Do I understand that correctly?
Yes.
If it's a special election, yes, they would go to the end of 2025.
End of 2025.
Yes.
Okay. I think those were all my questions. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to speak? Gary?
I would also like to address the special election. Jerry Sullivan. I'm going to read the statement. Just about 3 years ago, the town board discussed the fact that there were a group of residents who didn't agree with what we were trying to accomplish, what to do, and would do whatever was necessary to delay our efforts. However, you were on the board at the time, as was Mike Bebon. We discussed that this group, while a minority, was very well organized, very well educated, and very well financed. We all agreed that it was our obligation to the town to continue our efforts to listen to this group, as well as to the general public, take their input, and continue moving forward. Anyone who follows town politics has seen, in fact, that a very specific group of islanders, while definitely a minority, purport to represent the majority of our residents. It is always the same 5 or 6 people speaking for the community at large. They say they want transparency. What they really want is to stop any progress from our elected officials without their direct involvement. They asked to see drafts of working documents, have repeatedly said they don't trust the professional experts the town contracts with, and want to bring their own experts in. When the town does respond to their concerns with facts, they change the nature of their concerns. Now, they don't want a special election because most of our residents won't be here. It would be better to wait until November because there's a presidential election and many more people will be here to vote. What am I missing here? There's every citizen's right to vote. There's also every citizen's obligation to vote. Not when it's convenient for them, when the general public calls for it. At the beginning of this new administration, it was stated by the 2 new board members that they look forward to working with Amber and Meg to reach consensus and appoint a 5th board member. Albert, you demonstrated previously when you voted not to appoint a 5th board member to replace Mike Bebon. Thankfully, that board worked well together and was able to continue moving forward. Then, you recently stated in Newsday that you ran for office because you were not happy with the last administration and how they behaved and how they ran things. How's that going?
Pretty well.
To be honest, I'm not really for a special election either. To me, it's quite obvious who the replacement town board member should be. Tom Cronin ran for the position. He is involved in the community. He is certainly his own person. If not for a write-in stunt by Paul Shepard, he most probably would have won the election. He should be appointed to serve until the November election so there can be a majority vote, one way or the other, on open items.
Is there anyone else who wishes to speak? We will move on to resolutions then. Albert?
Whereas pursuant to a recommendation from the Community Preservation Fund Advisory Board, the town board is desirous of purchasing 72 and 80 Midway Road, Shelter Island, 2 adjoining vacant lots as a 50% partner with the County of Suffolk for passive recreational use, and now therefore, excuse me, be resolved that the town board of the town of Shelter Island hereby sets a public hearing for March 18th, 2024 at 6:02 p.m. prevailing time on the potential fee title acquisition with the County of Suffolk as a 50% partner of 7.1 acres total between South Midway Road and Dickerson Creek, Shelter Island, New York, more specifically identified as Suffolk County Tax Map number District 700 Section 23 Block 1 lots 33.001 and 33.002. And be it further resolved that the total purchase price of the subject parcel is $3 million and the town's contribution will be $1.5 million to be paid with community preservation funds. So moved.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Be it resolved that the town board of the town of Shelter Island hereby directs that a public hearing shall be held on Monday, March 18th, 2024 at 6:04 PM to hear any and all persons either for or against a local law entitled, "A Local Law to Extend the Moratorium on the Processing and Approval of Special Permits by the Town Board in connection with the application for one-family dwellings and accessory structures with a square foot living area greater than 5,999 square feet by 3 months, which provides as follows." And the intention of the law is that the proposed law to extend the moratorium on the acceptance and processing of special permit applications for larger homes with a square foot living area that exceeds 5,999 square feet by 3 months, so that the comprehensive plan may continue to be updated and a public hearing on a proposed large home code amendment can occur and potentially be adopted. So to provide for a review process in connection with large homes, which will ensure that they are in keeping with the character of Shelter Island and do not create excessive environmental harm. Be it further resolved that the town clerk is hereby authorized and directed to publish the following notice of public hearing. Do I need to read any other part of that?
No.
So moved.
Second, discussion. We didn't discuss this at a work session, but we need to get a public hearing set so that we can get to a public hearing. It will go back to the Suffolk County Planning Commission. At tomorrow's work session, we are going to be looking at the piece on greater, 6,000 square foot of home legislation as well as the pyramid law. So we will be able to show Suffolk County Planning Commission that we are moving forward on this.
Just for the record, the moratorium expires March 21st, 2024. And I'll be appearing in front of the Suffolk County Planning Commission on March 3rd, 2024.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Oh, no, I seconded it. Yeah. All in favor. Motion carries. Okay. Whereas on January 1st, 2024, there was a vacancy created on the town board as Amber Brock Williams rose from councilperson to town supervisor. Whereas pursuant to New York State Town Law, Section 64(5), the town board is empowered to fill said vacancy via majority appointment. Whereas 11 residents applied for and were interviewed to fill the subject vacancy, and whereas after due deliberation by the town board, a consensus cannot be achieved for any one candidate and the board is at an impasse. Whereas pursuant to New York State Public Officers Law, Section 42, the board may petition the governor to call a special election if, as here, an elective office cannot be filled by appointment. And now therefore be it resolved that the town board of the town of Shelter Island hereby requests that the governor of the state of New York proclaim a special election to fill the vacant town of Shelter Island councilperson position. So moved.
Discussion?
You second.
Second.
Discussion.
Got it.
Bill requested that we postpone doing this and just wanted to see if anyone else.
I like Bill's idea about if it's even legally possible.
It's not enforceable.
No. Right.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's why I said it could be very naive.
okay, yeah.
The most you can do is censure them.
Which is not good.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't going to say anything, but I do want to say a few things, which number one, I can't believe everything you read in the news media or on social media. I again want to thank the 11 qualified people who volunteered and prepared to be interviewed. Honest respect goes out to each and every one of them. While the four of us were not able to reach consensus on someone to fill the vacant fifth board seat, none of us acted as an obstructionist, and the resulting impasse comes from all four of us. It's simple. It's really simple. The 2 or 3 candidates that Meg and Amber favored were just not the same 2 or 3 candidates that Albert and I favored. No conspiracies, no dramas. Lastly, I just want to address some of the misinformation out there around the special election. No matter how the vote on this resolution turns out, the decision on Shelter Island having a special election is solely in the discretion of the New York State governor. There's no right or automatic path to having a special election. And it is extremely unlikely that the governor will intercede in a small local election when a November general is close at hand. This was confirmed to Stephen, Kylie, and I. We did a call with the governor's office and their legal department. And that's what they told us. I mean, sure, is it possible? The governor, sure, could actually approve it, but slim to no chance. Since we are a four-person board, our time would be better spent collaborating on our priorities agenda. It's going to be hard enough to get through that. That's what I wanted to say.
Anybody else?
No.
Okay. So we will now we're going to do a roll call vote on this one. Albert?
Opposed.
Meg?
Yes.
Myself, yes. Benjamin?
Nay.
Motion not carried. You have the next resolution.
Sorry. Be it resolved that the supervisor is hereby authorized and directed to sign and submit payment of $13,230 for the agreement between East End Computers LLC and the town of Shelter Island for IT management and other services for the year of 2024. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Be it resolved that the supervisor is hereby authorized and directed to execute the letter of engagement between the town of Shelter Island and PKF O'Connor Davies LLP concerning the nature and scope of the audit services being provided to the town for the years ending December 31st, 2023 and 2024 as per agreement. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Whereas pursuant to Town Law Section 64E12, the town board must perform annual audit of the Community Preservation Fund. And whereas the town board is desirous of performing audits for the years of 2023, and whereas the town board wishes to validate the 2023 ending balances, and whereas Craig Fitzsimmons and Meyer LLP is an accounting firm that has experience conducting such audits, now therefore be it resolved that the town board hereby retains the accounting firm of Craig Fitzsimmons and Meyer LLP to perform audits of the Community Preservation Fund for the year of 2023. Now, therefore, be it further resolved that the town supervisor is hereby authorized to sign any and all documents in connection therewith. So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Whereas Kevin Lukmansky, IT Department Head, has requested permission to dispose of 3 CPUs, now therefore be it resolved that the town board does hereby declare the following equipment surplus. And it's 3 Dell OptiFlex 790s with various serial numbers. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
I recuse myself from the next two.
Whereas Stephanie Needham has applied for a rebate from the town of Shelter Island under Chapter 88 of the Shelter Island Town Code to install a low nitrogen sanitary system for property located at 10 St. Mary's Drive, Shelter Island, New York. And whereas the Water Quality Improvement Advisory Board, WQIAB, has reviewed the project and recommended a conditional rebate of up to $16,000 be awarded as follows. Base grant, $12,000, PSD incentive, 0, well replacement set aside, $4,000. Be it resolved that the town board hereby adopts and the findings of the WQIAB and approves the applicant for a conditional rebate of up to $16,000 in eligible costs upon completion of the project and subject to the applicant's compliance with and completion of all terms and conditions of the conditional rebate agreement, and be it further resolved that a copy of this resolution shall be given to the Water Quality Improvement Advisory Board and the Building Department. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Be it resolved that by the town board of the town of Shelter Island that the no low nitrogen sanitary system rebates previously authorized on the listed dates to the following individuals in following amounts are adjusted per town board resolution number 316 on August 8th, 2023 as follows. Arthur and Barbara Bloom, original rebate $6,000, updated rebate $12,000. Richard Holman, original rebate $8,000, updated rebate $16,000, which includes a well. So moved.
Just, it was adjusted to 16,000?
Yeah, I had 17 originally.
Okay,
Yeah.
just double checking the number. Thank you. Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I'm going to abstain from that. This was previously approved. The Bloom rebate application was previously approved by the town board prior. So I don't agree with it. Our building code section 4310-4 says an IA septic system shall be required for the following projects. Any septic system upgrade required by Suffolk County Department of Health Services. So I'm going to abstain from that. It was already previously approved.
Okay. All right, so then that motion fails. I'm just wondering whether or not if we strike them from this, would you be in favor of at least approving Holman's?
Holman's is fine, yeah.
Okay,
Oh, so it won't carry?
it won't carry with the abstention.
Then put it through, because it's already been previously approved.
Okay,
All right?
all right, so we have three.
Then I'll vote in favor.
So we have three yeses, okay.
Let it go. I wanted to make a point that let's follow the code to get these installed. That's all.
So three.
So three yeas, yes, yeas, whatever, yeses,
For both names.
for both names, yeah.
I'm up. Be it resolved that John Spinelli is hereby appointed to serve as school crossing guard for the year of 2024, to be paid at a rate of $30 per hour retroactive to February 12th, 2024. So moved.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Be it resolved that Corey Cass is hereby appointed to serve as fit aide for the year 2024 to be paid at a rate of $19.89 per hour retroactive to January 1st, 2024. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Be it resolved that the supervisor is hereby authorized and directed to expend the sum of $1,580 to Motorola Solutions, Inc. for the WatchGuard contract term of February 29, 2024 through February 27, 2024? Yeah, 2025. 2025. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
To be resolved that the supervisor is hereby authorized and directed to expend the sum of $11,943.11 from the A3120.491 PD contracts account to TriTech Software Systems for software annual maintenance. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Be it resolved that the supervisor is hereby authorized and directed to expend the sum of $17,500 from the A1680.476 computer maintenance account to East End Computers LLC for the annual data service. So moved.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Be it resolved that the supervisor is hereby authorized and directed to expend the sum of $659.83 from the A3120.491 PD contracts account to Car Business Systems for the contract billing period of January 24th, 2024 to January 23rd, 2025. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Be it resolved that the following 2023 budget transfers are hereby approved. I have to read them all. Yeah. $316 from A8510.100 Taylor's Island Clerk. $1,033.32 from A8510.200 Taylor's Island Equipment. $265.92 from A8510.484 Taylor's Island Office and Miscellaneous, and $2,000 from A8510.485 Taylor's Island Shed to A8510.408 Taylor's Island Cabin Repairs. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Be it resolved that the following 2024 budget transfers are hereby approved. $39,638.35 from the Highway Capital Reserve Equipment Account to the 2024 Highway Expense Code DA 9950.0 Capital Projects and Equipment for the fourth and final installment on the purchase of the 2021 Mack Tractor P1647T. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Be it resolved that the 2024 general claims numbered 165 through 301 in the amount of $67,499.99. 2024 highway claims numbered 6 through 19, the amount of $19,700.17. And 2024 Community Preservation Fund claim number 33 in the amount of $3,200 are hereby approved for payment as audited, and the supervisor and/or any town board member is hereby authorized and directed to sign the approval for payment of the same. So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Be it resolved that 2023 general claims number 2559 through 2572 in the amount of $45,122.87. 2023 highway claims number 279 through 280 in the amount of $13,528.49 are hereby approved for payment as audited, and the supervisor and/or any town board member is hereby authorized and directed to sign the approval for payment of same. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
What I meant to tell you, Ben, is the resolution you're about to read is a duplicate of the one I just read.
Oh, so I don't have to read it?
Yes.
Awesome, done.
Okay. So we will recess the regular part of the meeting and reconvene the public hearing on Sylvain Pasquad 10 Terry Drive mooring application. And the reason we held this public hearing open is we were waiting for the Water Management Advisory Committee to weigh in on this application. So Albert, I believe you have that report from them?
Yes, the applicant wishes to relocate his mooring from the current location of W3555 in West Neck Harbor to previously approved and now available location of C2613. The location of C2613 should be adjusted in the online mooring database as outlined on the application. WMAC approved the application. I think they moved the mooring just to give the boat more swing room.
We open this hearing for anyone who wants to speak on it. There being no one, we will close that hearing. And we will go back into the reconvene the regular meeting, and we have one resolution. I guess we left off with you. You can read it.
Oh, this one.
Yes.
Resolution for after public hearing. Whereas Sylvain Pasquad, 10 Terry Drive, has petitioned the town of Shelter Island for permission to relocate mooring number W-3555 from a location in West Neck Bay to a location in Cockles Harbor designated as latitude 41.07453 degrees north and longitude minus 72.31558 degrees west, formerly occupied by the Martin Levenstein C-2613 mooring. Whereas a public hearing was duly held on the 5th day of February, 2024. Oh, and February 26th, 2024, for all interested persons to be heard in favor of or in opposition to. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the town clerk is hereby authorized to issue a permit for the aforementioned installation. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. All right, that concludes the business part of our meeting. Is there anyone from the public who would like to address the town board? Okay, there being no one, I will entertain a motion to, I was watching it, yes, yes. I'll entertain a motion to close the meeting.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, everyone.